Hi everyone, my name is Brynn Weinzirl and I'm really sorry I can't be with you in person today, but this is my speech to commemorate my experience within the communication field in general. So the way I got started within this major was really not traditional at all. I was taking communication classes as just gen eds because I needed them. So I was kind of exploring, I really enjoyed the classes, I kind of liked what we discussed, but I never thought of it as a major. And I never thought that I would finish college with a major in communication. I have always been an elementary education major. I entered college with that as my goal, and I knew that that was what I was going to finish with. But untraditionally, I was going through my communication major and found out halfway through, because I'd been taking so many credits, because I guess I'm an overachiever, that I needed more classes. And I wasn't prepared to take yoga, so I decided to double major in something that I really enjoyed, which was communication. So now, at the end of my college career, I will be finishing with two majors, one in elementary education and one in communication. And I'd like to discuss some things that I've learned because of my additional major. So some things that I've learned through my communication studies through the University of Wisconsin-Parkside is that it really has caused me to question the world around me. I'm in an online class right now where we talk about race and gender in the media, and it's really caused me to look at things completely different and consider that all these preconceived notions that I've had throughout my entire life is just, things may be different. I never even thought to consider things in different ways because I was just living a blind life, and now I feel more open, and I think I'm a better judger of the entire situation around me now because of my communication field. I think I just have a wider spread of knowledge to make better judgments now that I've finished my communication education. I also took several classes in conflict analysis, and I think that's really helped me with my own relationships with my parents and also my fiance, just to know how to address situations, to understand that people live different lives than you, they have different values, and they've grown up in different ways. So conflict is just streaming from people having different notions, and just because you disagree doesn't mean that one person's right, one person's wrong. It's just because we're all a little bit different, and that's okay because that's what makes us unique. So I really enjoyed learning that, specifically within my communication major, because going into education, there's going to be a lot of conflict, especially with little kids. So being able to be that mediator to understand that both these children come from two different lives is really important. I think that'll give me just a leg up as a future educator. So I'm really excited to put those skills to use with my little kids. I also think that through my communication major, I have been aided in my work through the Miss America organization. So I've held 3 local titles, all 3 of which happened within college while I was taking communication classes. So I was Miss St. Francis, and then Miss Kenosha, and then Miss Racine. And I think that through comm and presenting and building knowledge about who I am and what's really important to me and how to get my goals across, I became a much better spokesperson for literacy in general. I felt more confident going in front of 1.5 billion people just presenting about what I care about, and all the things to market myself, to create a website for people to learn more about me. I think that all of my courses in communication have really helped me get to that point. So I'm very thankful for that as well. Now I'd like to kind of finish with what I've really loved about my communication major. The thing that puts communication completely different than in my education courses is that these professors are amazing. They're so kind, they're genuine, they really care about your success, and I feel like whenever I have a question, I can just shoot an email or go see them in their office hours, and they're really genuinely listening to you. And I really appreciated that, and I think that's one of the reasons that I thoroughly enjoy my communication major. I just really like feeling listened to, and that my thoughts matter, even if they're a little bit different than the status quo thoughts. And I never felt like my ideas weren't worth it or that they were wrong. But I've always had someone to talk to, so I'm really thankful for that. Kind of my final end note is that I've really noticed that communication is everywhere. And, you know, no matter what you do, you're going to be communicating. So within my education major, I also had to complete an education portfolio. And I used my comm portfolio as an artifact within that because it's very important to use verbal and nonverbal communication when educating. So I talked about how much more I've learned about how to communicate in an appropriate way while using verbal and nonverbal communication skills. So I think while my future goal is going to be to become an educator, my communication major will just give me a little bit of a head start on how to be proficient in that area and just be the best teacher that I can be. So thank you very much for all of the teachers that have taken a huge part in my completion of this major. I appreciate it very much. And to all the rest of my communication friends, I hope that you find success and just a lot of happiness in life. Thank you so much. Goodbye.